You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop. Thanks for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. Garage sale weekend. Came up with some really good finds. There's one here in the middle that I'm going to do with you right now because I've been wanting a popcorn popper like this for quite a while. But I thought, well, let me show you the other stuff that I picked up. First, I got a jug of squigs. Fun little suckers. I don't know much about them. Stick them to any smooth surface. There's supposed to be 50 in there. I didn't count them. Ages 3+, and there's different shapes and designs. So I'm not going to do anything with that today. I have to count those. Now this guy I've had for quite a while. I thought, well, let me show him to you. I don't know if he works, but I finally found the banana that you use to feed him with. So I think, well, you tell me. Do you want to see him on his own video? I think I might show him on his own video. It's a fur reel, so I'm not sure what he does yet. I really want to focus on the popcorn popper. But let me get rid of these two electronics here. This one here, I paid, was originally $1. It just needs a battery. It looks like it takes batteries in the back. It's a Tyco from 1997. Don't know much about it. Don't think I have this one. A lot of times I grab things and I realize later, oop, I've already got it. So I will come back with this after I do a little research on that. And then this one here I thought was pretty cool. It is the Magic Money Machine. And after researching it, I've not seen one in the original box. I just see them like this. There's money that you put in. There's coins in the back. A neat little screen. So once I get a few more pieces, I think I'll come back and show that. You're putting money in different slots. There's also a wallet that came with it. I paid $3 and it was Tabitha's. I think TAB probably meant Tabitha. What do you think? All right, not going to do that today, but I thought it'd be fun to show you. And then this was the find of the year so far. This Pokemon Heart Gold version, complete original in the box. Now, I paid $10 for it, and I thought, well, let me give it a shot. I looked on eBay. Holy cow. There's very few in the original box with all of the pieces, so it's pretty neat that I found it. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. But what I really want to show you is my popcorn popper. I've been looking for a popcorn popper like this for probably 3 or 4 years. I didn't want to spend an outrageous amount, and as you could see, I got it for $3, and it's pretty dirty in there. There's actually some leaves in there, so I thought it'd be fun to kind of take it out of the box with you. I saw the instructions and some other stuff was in here. The aluminum stovetop popper gift set. Gift set includes 6-quart aluminum popper, 2 popcorn and oil packs, 10 popcorn boxes. Now, the oil pack and popcorn is the only thing that's not in there. Easy to use. Read instruction manual before using. Stovetop popper features. Aluminum pan heats quickly and evenly. Large 6-quart capacity. Oops. Makes enough popcorn for the whole family. Lid vents produce dry popcorn at optimum temperature. That's what I want to find out. Hinge lid panels for ease in adding ingredients and dispensing. Pin and clamp lid securely attaches to pan. Stainless steel stir paddle keeps popcorn moving during popping. Stay cool wooden handles. Long life metal gears. It's from 2007. So let me make a few adjustments here. Come back and I'll take this out of the package with you. All right, so I was thinking I've done all kinds of popcorn poppers. This was one that I've never owned, never been able to try, and was always intrigued by it. So there are the popcorn boxes. There are the instructions. And then let's see, this comes out, all right. And then I hope it's not broken. It looked okay when I pulled it out. A lot of extra leaves. Back to basics. It did not look like it was together correctly. Okay, so this is what's turning. All right, so there's a gear on there, and that's what's turning the paddle. Now, they said it's never been used, but I'm pretty sure it looks like it's got some butter burn marks in there. All aluminum pan. And now my hands feel real sticky. Ew, I'm going to have to wash everything, right? Okay, so I think this goes this way. And you put that. There's a little hole down there for that. And then once that's in there, that locks in, and then you just like this. Psh, making your popcorn, making your popcorn, making your popcorn. All right. Very cool. It's got a neat lid with little popcorn pop pieces on there, and there's the little vents they're talking about. This just looks like it's a little clip-on lid, but this side doesn't have one. You think it was supposed to have it? No, actually, one shows with and one shows without. Let's see what they have in here. Now, I'm just going to do regular popcorn because I'm more curious about how it actually works. So let me get all the ingredients. I will come back. Well, actually, let me go wash this and then I will come back. All right, so I'm gathering my resources. I have my popper out of the sink. Now, it was definitely used. It felt greasy. It did not feel like it had not been used, you know what I mean? And it's still, I did scrub it real good, so. But like a lot of popcorn poppers, they tend to take on a life of their own and start to get a little scale on them. I don't know, like a pizza pan, you know. At least that's what I've experienced with pans that you use for popcorn. Okay, that is that. So this even looked like it had some grease on it. So super hot water, lots of soap. I think I got it pretty good. Popcorn poppers in general are hard to keep clean. I will tell you that from experience. Okay, so that's set. Now, I've made popcorn many a times on videos, so I'm not doing anything that I would say is unique in any way, except that I'm doing it for you right here, right now. So let me get that out of the way. Let me get this here. I paid $5 at a garage sale for that at some point, or an estate sale. Originally, $14.99. I've used this burner many times in videos. Okay, so basically I'm doing all of the setup with you right here, right now. I'm getting my extension cord. And then I have my bacon grease. Now it says do not use butter or anything that's got a high smoky. Okay, so that's on medium heat. That's off, low. That's about medium right there. Okay, so let's see, what does it say? Let's get this out of, let's get this on there. I will have to do a camera adjustment because I want to get right in there. At least let me get to a certain point here. I want to let that heat up before I put the pot on there. And let me just show you, I'm going to use popcorn that I've used in the past. I've got this black and white kind of popcorn. I'm going to use that. And then here is my bacon grease. Ooh, this is going to be tasty. I got to get a few more things like my popcorn salt. I got all my measuring tools. Okay, now that I got it dry, everything's set, let me bring the camera way up and let's make a batch of popcorn. Okay, I think that's a pretty good angle there. Let me get my ingredients set here, at least the popcorn. This is called Midnight Blue. Small hulls, just a little crunchy. It has kind of like a nice purplish hue. Let me show you my nice purplish hue popcorn. Let me hold that way up there. Okay. Alright, and then shake that up. Now there's going to be little chunky bits in there. That's usually bacon. This is 1 to 3 tablespoons. So let's get this on. I feel it's good and hot and ready to go. So let that set there. Now nothing holds the lid up. This doesn't hold it up. Thought maybe it held it up. So here we go. 1 to 3 tablespoons. Let's put in 2. You hear it crackling? There's 1. There's 2. Let's drop this in. Okay, slowly, continuously turn the handle. We want to peek inside. Yes, we do. Not doing anything. It's barely touching the popcorn. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I guess that's the process, huh? Let me see if I can get the camera just a little bit more in there. Oh, it's already starting to pop. Once it pops, it'll definitely start hitting. Wow. Smells good. Oh, and that edge. Let me see if I could just tilt it down. There we go. Okay, making popcorn. I'll just keep going. I've had a few pops in there. Now these popcorn poppers go way back, probably to the 20s. I don't even know. I'll have to research that. Let me do this. Let me turn it up just a little. Maybe not enough heat. I'm not getting a good sense of popping. Okay, let's leave the lid down. Maybe it just needs that. So far I don't feel like anything's hot. This is not hot. The handle's not hot. Two to 3 minutes. How many minutes has it been? I do not know. Okay, it's been a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes. I feel like I'm getting some popping. Let's see. Yeah, nice and steamy. As it pops, then it should be pushing the other kernels around and I'll get a better movement going. I have adjusted the heat. Did a little change there, cleaned up my counter while I was waiting for it to heat up a little more. Let's just see. Oh yeah, nice and hot. Can you see in there? Look at that. Steamy and hot. So that's my slow speed. If I was a motor, I would say that's slow. So steam is coming out of the vents. Let's see if we can see in there. See what's going on in there. Ooh, is that hot? So it's popping pretty good. Gotta eat the stragglers. That's not much, half a cup. Usually I make a cup when I make popcorn on the stovetop. Okay, so it's working pretty good. Once I figured out the heat. So it's getting a little stiffer to turn now. A sneak peek. I should be able to just leave it like that. Let's see. So you can see it popping. I don't want to stop. Just don't stop turning. Don't stop turning. I think I might try another batch with like a regular size, regular popcorn and see. Now I feel it. It's hitting more and more kernels. Let me turn the heat down a little. How's it looking? And we got some We got pretty much half of it probably popped. I tell you what, when it's done, I will pour this out into a bowl, but let me just go a little bit longer here. And I'm going to do another batch now with regular popcorn. I'm going to see what the difference is. Yep, it's definitely harder to turn. More resistance. Let's see. Yeah, I would say that's done for the half a cup of popcorn. There's a lot of kernels on the side though. I'm not convinced with the shape of the pot and the way that little paddle on the inside doesn't get to the edges. You think it would get all the way to the edge. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to grab regular popcorn now and we'll pour this one out and try another batch. I will be back. Got to get a bowl. Alright, batch number 1. Let me put this out of the way. See, I think this should be a little longer because it doesn't hit the edges and the way it's shaped. I don't know, just not what I would expect from a popcorn popper. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, only some of it popped. Let me try to get just the kernels out. I mean the popped popcorn out. The rest of that, look. Alright, I have to make an adjustment. Let me retry this now. This doesn't look too tasty. Let me come back with some regular popcorn. Maybe it just doesn't like the tiny kernels. Alright, trying this again. A half a cup of popcorn. Do not use butter, margarine, shortening, or lard. Okay. Slowly and continuously turn the handle. The popping cycle will be complete in approximately 3 minutes. It took a little longer, but I think I was trying to adjust there. That's why you saw some edits. Like I said, I normally use a cup. That's ready to go. I'm going to do a little bit more of this. I'll tell you what, let's just use the rest of it. That's about 2. I'm going to leave all the little bacon bits in there. Okay, let that heat up. It doesn't even say that. So it says, because stovetop heat output varies, adjust the temperature needed so popping is completed about 3 minutes. I guess there's a little learning curve here then. Here we go. Let me grab the lid. I'm going to let the grease heat up a little bit longer this time too. That's starting to really smell good now. Okay, let's let this go now. This time I'm going to wear a glove on this hand. Slowly and continuously for 3 minutes. See, again, not even touching the kernels really. I almost feel like I want to be on my stove. I make popcorn quite often and it's always on the stove. I rarely ever use a machine. I just use a big pot. My popcorn pot. I don't think I'm going to use this much more after this. It's a lot more work than just making it in a pot. Get it up all, it is all the way. Oh, no, that got stuck in there. I know what you're saying. Well, you're opening the lid. I know. But there's vents on it. When I make popcorn on the stove, I actually open the lid after it starts popping to a certain point. Okay, you're popping. couple kernels. Smells good. I'm going even slower. It's monotonously slow. Can it be? There's a pop. There's a pop. I'm going so slow, I feel like I'm in slow motion. Oh, that's better. I know it's not the hot plate because this hot plate boils water real fast, so and it gets really hot. And I've cooked all kinds of things on it before, so I just think it's the system. Maybe you need more oil. And look how slow I'm going. I'm going slower and slower. I'm just not getting that satisfying kind of pop. It's not burning, so I'm not smelling anything to say, oh, it's burning. Let's just take a quick peek. Yeah, looks like it's fine. I think 3 minutes is now 5 minutes. Give it a quick shake. See if we can get this to... I'm gonna let it sit just a minute. Well, that helped, didn't it? Now we're getting it. Definitely getting harder. Give it another shake. That seemed to work, huh? Then let it sit a second. When you're not spitting it, it works great. Now when you start to spin it, it slows down. Let it sit again. Shake it again. I still hear all kinds of kernels in there. I think we had just as bad of a pop. Yeah, it's definitely better. I'll give it another, like, ooh, right there. Got real hard to turn there. Alright, let's get this off of here. It's all very hot. Got a bunch more popcorn, but it's still not what I would consider a family amount. Half a cup is just not enough. Move that there. Now we're gonna see here. Let me give you a better shot so you can see all the kernels, because that's a good indication of a good pop, right? All the kernels, what's left in there. I see a bunch. Look at all those. That to me is not an adequate popping. I gotta do one more thing. I'll be right back. Okay, now here is my official family popcorn pot. Now you might have seen it a long time ago. You see the little black on the bottom. This is used for popcorn, and I usually make a cup at a time, and this is all I do. Now usually I use bacon grease, but I'm out of bacon grease because I used that up, so I'll just take oil on the bottom, just like that. I let that heat up, and then I take a cup of popcorn. Now that's what I want to see. I want to see if this is actually the hot plate or the actual machine. So here we go. It should fill this whole pot in pretty quick time manner. So just make sure this gets nice and hot. Throw a kernel or two in there to kind of see what's happening. It's not ready, so I'm going to come back when it's good and hot, and then I'm going to test this popcorn pot out. Okay, it's good and hot now. Let's put this in. I will just give it a little like that. I will just leave that for a second. I leave the lid off until I hear or see the first pop or two. I'll do this once in a while. They're starting to change color slightly. Let's see if I can get a better light in there for you. How's that? Any better? Well, maybe I'll try that other one more time. I just want to do this to kind of get a reference. I feel like this is definitely hot enough. That's it. Should be another minute. Now when it gets halfway, then I take the lid off. See, that's the popping I wanted to hear from the other one. Maybe I'll just try more oil on this. I'll try it one more time. Once it gets to a certain height, it won't pop out anymore. The weight. A little bit more. Okay, now it's slowed down. Now I turn off the heat. Let me grab a popcorn bowl while that finishes up. Alright, so that's batch 3. Now you will see I need a much bigger bowl. There we go, batch 3. The old-fashioned, do it in a pot on the stove way. Oh, there's some in there. A few little burns on there, but I kind of like those. Okay, so I would say 95% of that popped. I won't put that rest in there. But that came out pretty good. All right, I'm going to bring the other one back in. I'm going to do one more test. Okay, it's full heat. Now I'm going to do the oil just like I did with the other one. I don't really measure. I just kind of fill the bottom. You notice how it pulls to the side. I don't know. I just don't... Not sure I understand the shape of this pot. The way it's ridged on the bottom. I'm going to go just a little bit more. It's an odd design in my opinion. Okay, let me throw a few kernels in. So now I'm going to do a whole cup. I'm not going to mess around with this half a cup. Family's waiting for popcorn, right? Okay, we'll see what happens to those. Once those, so I'm going to do a little bit different now. Once one of those pops, I'll put the lid on and put the other ones in, and then I'll turn slowly. I've had one single piece of popcorn now. That's it. Doing it now, so it's ready. Too bad that doesn't stay up. Okay, so I'm gonna let that heat up now. When I feel it's good and hot, I'm gonna put the rest in. So Stay tuned. All right, I heard a pop behind the paddle. It's definitely getting hotter now. See that one in there? Deep in there, hidden. Let me wait till one more pops, and I'm going to dump the rest in there. I'm going to let it sit just for 20 seconds before I start turning. One more pop. Boy, so now I've done 3 kinds of popcorn. Here's a 4th kind of popcorn. And this is a red popcorn. Okay, there we go. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, that's harder to turn. That initial turn. Now I'm just going to spread that out and let it sit. Kind of flatten it on the bottom, let it heat up. Let's take a peek though, it's hard not to peek. Yep, nice and even on the bottom. Got more oil this time. We should be making popcorn. I will clean up while that heats up. I had to grab those other popcorns because I was out of my Orville Redenbacher. There's just a little bit left. Okay, what do you think? Start turning now? Here we go. Alright, I waited just till it started popping a little. I have to tell you, I was expecting a lot more from this kind of popper. I may try it on a stovetop, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Let's take a peek. Ooh, yeah, so it's right at that point, like if I was on the stove, I would just put the lid on and let it sit. So let me just do that. It seems like letting it sit works the best, just like a regular pot. No need to turn it. No, we'll see. Notice that when I stop turning, it actually pops better. Alright, it's been quite a long time. It just doesn't seem to work very well with this setup. I just hear a lot of kernels. And then when I let it sit, it starts popping again. Interesting. Could be why it was at a garage sale. Now, that would be a good explanation why it was sitting in a garage sale. So what I'm going to do is let this pop out, and then I'll come back when I'm putting it in a bowl, and then we can see what's popped and not popped. All right, the last batch. Now, they do say you could just take it and pour it from here, but it just seems a little difficult to do. So I'm going to do that, get this out of the way. It is interesting to see all the different popcorns and the colors. They are different. All right, so let's see. Let's move this completely out of the way. It's off, but I'm going to slide it way over. All right, here we go. There is a lot of kernels on the bottom. Look at them all. I would say that's at least a quarter. All right, let me move this out of the way. Let me get the hot plate out of the way and unplugged. Don't want to burn myself on that. Okay, all right, so let's see. Let us investigate. This was the third. This is the fourth. Oh, I'm trying to play shifty popcorn there. This is the second, and this is the first. So I have 4 different batches. Now time to taste them, but I want to butter the middle one. So that's the one I'm going to butter. Now what I usually do is I just pour a little bit on, like this, of melted butter. Okay. Then a little salt. The popcorn salt is very thin, light salt, and it's open. It just can't see it coming out. Then I'll get one of these. Okay. Then a little more butter, and that one I think is done. Lightly buttered, lightly salted. Okay, and I think I'll use the rest on this batch. Let's just see how crispy they are. Ooh, that one's going to be super buttered, super salted. Okay. First batch. First popcorn. It's very crispy. You know, sometimes you make popcorn and it's like got that almost chewy consistency. This does not. It's very good with the bacon. Let's try this one. Popcorn number 2. Also very crispy. And tasty. So far I like popcorn number 1 in flavor, really. Okay, here's the Orville Redenbacher. Stovetop popcorn, just as crispy, but a bigger popcorn that's popped. All right, the last one, the red one. Ooh, that one's the crispiest. It's these two, actually, I like the best. I think I'm going to go with this one. The extra butter, extra salt. Very good. Well, I sure do have a lot of popcorn to eat. And I think that last batch actually worked out pretty good. I'm wondering if it's just my burner, which it could be. But then my regular pot works. So it's the design of the pot and the type of burner you have. But either way, I had fun showing you all the different ways to make popcorn with my new popcorn popper. And as always, thanks for watching. Later. Okay, I am back. Yes, I'm sure you realize I'm just not satisfied when things don't work correctly, so I want to try it one more time on a gas range, because looking at the bottom, remember there was that ridge that was in there. Even on my electric burner, maybe not enough was touching, but it does say you can use this on the electric range, which is flat. So let me put it on my largest burner here. This is the largest burner on this stove. Now the flame is coming to the outside of the pot. So let's just see. Let me get in my oil here. And then let me let that heat up, and then we'll see if this works any better on the stove. So I would say my electric burner makes popcorn great. I've made it before numerous times, but this style of pot may just be better on a gas range. Let's see. I'm gonna let it heat up for another 10 or 20 seconds. Now this heats up pretty quick with this large burner. All right, let me throw a couple in there and see. Ooh, sizzling really good. All right, let's get this going. Okay, so now let me turn. I'm gonna do it this way. Now it did say medium heat, so let me turn this heat down a little. It starts popping right away, huh? Now that's what we want to see, right? Let's take a quick sneak peek. Popping real good. I think that's pretty much it. Now that is a half a cup. So let's see how much is actually popcorn to kernels. All right, let's see now what we have in kernels. Almost none. There's maybe just a few in there, if that. So that worked out great. Let me give it a taste though. That's the crucial part. Now the other ones. It's kind of spongy. So now we've determined that the other burner actually makes it crispy. And for some reason, same popcorn, the Orville Redenbacher, I had another one. It is slightly chewy. All right, well, took me that long to figure it out, but at least we learned something about this popper, and it worked great on the stove with gas. And again, thanks for watching. Later. If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS Dave.
What's up, Butch?
Make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
pick it up.